Hello, good evening. This is Brother Benson Media, and today is a Sunday. We are blessed to have this humble time to just have a look at what happened over the weekend and what is trending politically. So before I start, this is Brother Benson Media, and here we say that your opinion counts. If you are new to this channel, kindly like and subscribe to the channel. Because if you do so, it is a way of supporting us as a channel, and we'll really appreciate. I want to take this opportunity to invite my co-panelist, Mr. Miguda, to say hi to our viewers before we get into the topic of today. Mr. Miguda.
Hello, how are you? This is Brother Benson Media. Welcome all of you to the show. We say your opinion counts irrespective of whatever you want to say. Karibuni sana.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Miguda. So today I just wanted us to first, as you can see the topic, Edwin Sifuna, together with the party leader of Wiper Party, or the deputy party leader of, I would say, Azimio. They met together and today they were in a church. And in that church we had serious comments from the Secretary General of ODM, of which people are talking about, and people are having different comments concerning that. So before you start, I just wanted to play part of that clip, and then after that we'll have a look at it.
Kihangaika jangwani wanatafuta kufika wapi? Kanani. Wewe umejiunga na upinzani tu juzi. ODM umeingia wiki mbili kabla ya nomination. Ushachoka. Unatuambia unataka kufika ndani ya serikali. Serikali ya wenyewe, serikali ya wafisadi, serikali ya wauaji, serikali ya abductors. Naomba nini bwana? Mimi nataka kuambia nabii, wewe bora uendelee kuniombea Mwenyezi Mungu anipe uhai. Na hii sauti ambayo niko nayo, sitatoka mahali ambapo ulipo. Ndio msimamo wangu. Wewe unanijua. Wacha mvua ikuje ama inyeshe ama jua iwake, mimi nitasalia kuwa mtu wa kusimama na wananchi na kusimama na ukweli. Jambo la mwisho kabisa, ndugu yangu Ndego amezungumzia swala la ISCUSSION. Huyo profesa unayemsema Adam Tolo alichaguliwa na chama cha Azimio ndani ya bunge. Na wakati ambapo alichaguliwa, Zakayo wako wameingia kwa store yetu kuchukua hao experts. Hapo wameingia hapo. Alichaguliwa wakati ambapo tulikuwa tunafanya huo mswada ndani ya bunge. Sasa vile wewe mwenyewe umesema tayari ndani ya chama tumeanzisha mazungumzo ya kuhakikisha kwamba tunatafuta replacement wake. We know the law. ODM has more lawyers than we can come. So sisi tuko sawa. Nataka kukuhakikishia Mheshimiwa Kalonzo Musyoka ya kwamba umoja wetu kama wanaazimio ni muhimu sana. Inapea hawa watu hope ya kwamba Kenya inaweza kuwa tofauti. Tusifanye lolote tukitutenganisha. Tusifanye chochote kitutenganishe, kwa sababu Kenya nzima inaangalia watu wa Azimio wakomboe nchi. Nasikia wakitembea huko wanasema ati mwanaume gani ataangusha Ruto kweli. Acha niwaambie, kuna hadithi ndani ya Biblia jinsi ambavyo Daudi alikuwa mfalme. Unajua hiyo hadithi? Nabii wale walikuwa wanajua familia ya kina Daudi, walikuwa wanafikiria yeye ndio hauwezi kabisa, alikuwa anachunga kondoo, si ndio? Lakini Mungu alipomtuma yule nabii anamwagia yeye mafuta hivi, mafuta ilimwagikia nani? Daudi, yule ambaye alikuwa anachunga kondoo. Kwa hivyo sisi kitu ambacho tunajua ni kwamba haijalishi ni nani sisi tunataka kukomboa Kenya. Tunataka kukomboa Kenya. Hata nabii wetu kukupatia hiyo tiketi, mimi naona unaangusha mtu. Kenya tuko watu milioni 50, hawezi kutuambia ati hakuna mtu anaweza angusha Edwin. Tunataka kuwa na nchi ambayo watu wako huru na nchi ambayo inaheshimu uhuru wa wananchi. Kwa hayo mengi nataka kusema asante sana. Wakati nitapomuita Mheshimiwa Kalonzo Musyoka ana toleo kidogo kwa ajili ya kazi ya madhabahu haya.
Yes, Mr. Migud, I think you've partly watched the clip, and in the clip is the Secretary General of ODM, His Excellency, Honorable Edwin Sifuna, and those are his comments. Remember, ODM is currently in a broad-based government together with the KK government, and they're partnering. But among the people who are having a divergent opinion is one Edwin Sifuna, who is the Secretary General of ODM. And if you can remember again, there is a good number of members of parliament who have somehow, threatened to, remove him from that position of Secretary General of the party of ODM. And so my question to you is, Kalonzo, of course, is like the deputy party leader of Azimio, but remember Azimio has been having problems here and there, and we can't really say that it exists. My question to you is, we've seen the pronouncement, of course, of senior political leaders within the ODM having a different stand, and then they're saying that si kazi yao kukuwa opposition, and that they're going to stand with the president and to ensure that going forward wao pia watakuwa kwa serikali. Wamechoka kupigania watu, according to the statements that some are saying. And Edwin Sifuna is saying that the reason why ODM exists and what defines ODM is, fighting for the rights of the people. And that there's a good number of ODM members who have forgotten what ODM stands for. And those are the kind of things that he's talking about. And again, remember, we've seen him associating himself with Kalonzo Musyoka, who is the party leader of Wiper. My question to you is, what is the move of the eloquent, bright politician Edwin Sifuna, the Secretary General of ODM?
The move by the current SG for ODM, Edwin Sifuna, is the move for the remnant, the people who are left behind in the party when other people were nominated as experts to stabilize the government of William Ruto. Everybody was not nominated as experts. There are some few members who are nominated to be expert to stabilize the government. Some of them were elected leaders, like Opio and I was elected. Some of them were nominated in parliament, like John Mbadi. Others was former governors, Oparaka and Asakio. They were two deputy party leaders of the ODM chairperson, and the political affairs secretary. If they took the party officials into government, there are those people who remain behind. The people who never get an opportunity to be absorbed in the broad-based government. These are the people who are questioning their position. They are asking their position in the arrangement. Because in my view, there are a section of people who have said that they are going to support William Ruto because William Ruto has given them opportunity to serve the country. And they are going to support William Ruto beyond 2027. In my view, these remnant people are asking that, where is our position? Can we be here defending the government where we are not part and parcel of it? Because how do you expect Sifuna to defend the current government and he was never donated? How do you expect Sifuna to defend this government and is getting nothing from it in terms of whatever the experts are getting. It's like the expert want to use some members of the party who are not beneficiary of the arrangement to defend them, because most of them currently do not do politics. They are busy in the implementation or law enforcement of the country. And the politicians who have time, the people like Sifuna. Sifuna is just fighting for himself and other people that we cannot defend and support the government currently because our members are in the executive. How do we support the government because our members are in the executive, but we are not getting anything from that government, or we the people are not getting anything from that government? It's just a fight within ODM that if it is a matter of defending this government, let us all be included in the arrangement. Even positions like majority leader in the Senate National Assembly, positions like budget chair should be given to us. Positions like these positions which are being held by government within the National Assembly and the Senate should be rendered to ODM for them to be deemed fit to be part of the party government. But without those positions, there's no way you can argue that we are in government, but in the National Assembly and the Senate, we are in opposition. Because in the sitting arrangement, they are still sitting in the opposition slot. They are sitting in the minority party. You cannot purport that we are in government, you want to support this government, but we are being viewed as minority in those two houses. If we are minority in those two houses, we have no business to support the broad-based government. But if we could be given positions in the parliament that we are now owning things like chief majority whip, majority leader, budget chair, finance chair, then we are ready to defend you. But we cannot defend you, and we have slots like minority in the house. That could be my view, how Sifuna is looking at it, wherever it is. And it's a very genuine perspective of looking at things, because there's no way you can be in the cabinet, I'm in the minority slot in the National Assembly. Then you want me to assume that I'm in the majority, then you want me, I cannot defend that. I just take minority slot unless things have been changed that I can sit the majority, then I can defend that government, because that is how I look at it. The issue of Azimio, in my view, Azimio, we are not going to go back to the elections with Azimio and UDA, even Kenya Kwanza. We are going to have new formation and new alliances if there will be any alliance. Because even you saw Martha Karua, the party of NAC, met Rigathi Gachagua, who is forming a new political party. There are some factions. People are not in Azimio the way they used to be. There are some people are called out and spoken many. But whatever Sifuna is trying to appeal to Kalonzo Musyoka, the vice president, if we are in the minority slot in the Senate and in the National Assembly, let us remain in the minority for those of us who have remained, because we cannot afford to be in the government, but in the sort of sitting arrangement, why ODM as in the minority, we are not in the majority part. Therefore, you people, relax, calm down, be with that in the minority, allow those people who have been donated to the broad-based government to do whatever they have gone through there. But for us people who do not get any benefit from that directly, let us stay with our principles and with our position. That's exactly what Sifuna is trying to argue out. But I like to look at it in the aspect of the people. If you talk about the people, because Sifuna is saying like they are defending the people, they are where the people are. The question would be, who are the people? Because I don't understand. Does it mean that the people sitting in the majority are not the people? The only people who are the people are the only people in opposition. Because in this country, there are those people who believe in President William Ruto. They believe that he's doing good work. The question is, these people believe in him. Are they not the people? Are they hills or are they stones? They are people. They are people, and they form part and parcel of the permanent population of this country. And the people who don't believe in whatever is doing are also the people. Then you cannot bring your argument that I'm defending the people. I'm fighting for the right of the people. Which people? You must be specific, because even the people who met are the people supporting him are the people. You should not bring the issue of the people here. Here it's very clear that it's about interest. If my interest is not served, I'm not bodying. But if you serve my interest, I'll support you. Sifuna feel like that their interest has not been served. That the few people who have been served, then they want to be used to defend that government which has been served their interest, not the people. Because even if you go for elections, you have like Raila will have such vote to have such vote. Both of them have the people who are you representing. That means that only those people in opposition are the people. That's why I like to look at it. It's a matter of interest among the political class. That why do you want me to support you or defend your government? And I got no slot here. I'm not a beneficiary of this government. Therefore, allow me to remain in position. And if I'm in a position, let us work together with white and other people who are willing to work with us. But let us not support the government, which all of us do not get anything. But for the people who are getting services or are beneficial to this government, let them remain that government. Back to you, Mark.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Migoda. Something else that I wanted to ask you about Honorable Sifuna is, since since Kenya Kwanza started having problems with the people, and after that there was the union where the broad-based came up. Remember, the likes of Sifuna, Babu Owino, they've had a stand from the beginning, and they've been against the unity together with the governor of Siaya County, Honorable James Orengo. They've been having a different opinion, and I believe you've been following their political moves. They've always insisted that do not defend this government, and that speak to defend when it is necessary. But most of the time, we've seen a good number of ODM members, according to them, if I use the terms of Honorable Governor Orego, you say that they are sycophants. Sifuna also used the same words, that they've gone to an extent where they keep on, supporting a government that is not really fulfilling the needs of the people. And according to them, they're saying that they are not going to board and that they're going to stand fighting for the people. And clearly, they're saying that ODM is a party known to be defending the rights of the people, and that it was built with a reason, according to them. And remember, there's a good number of ODM again, party officials, some of them members of parliament, who are saying that their party leader Raila Amolo Odinga gave them an ultimatum to support the government, and so they should support without questioning. And the likes of Sifuna having a different take, they're saying that we cannot support a government that is killing our people, if I quote the words that he used today. A government that is corrupt, according to him. A government that do not respect the youths, according to Sifuna. And for that reason, he's saying that he is going to maintain his stand of fighting for the rights of the people. And so many instances we've seen members of parliament within ODM threatening him that he'd be removed from ODM. And so my question to you is, are you seeing any possibility of him being ejected from the Secretary General of ODM party? And should that happen, which party do you think he'll opt for? We've seen Babu Owino having similar stance, and to some extent, there's a rumor that is coming with the political party. What is your take on that?
Let us leave the issue of the people in the argument. Because if we bring in the people in the argument, we are going to lose this argument. Because who are the people? Does it mean that those people who have supported the progress government are not people? The only people who have opposed the progress government are the only people. No, people are people. Be it those who support are the people. And which rights are you fighting for? Which people are you representing? You should be specific that I'm representing the people who do not agree with the government, not I'm representing the people's right, because they are the people who also believe in the government, and they are people. There you should distinct that argument. Sifuna, in my view, is not here to stay. He's not leaving anytime soon. Bapo Wino is not here to stay. He's not leaving anytime soon. They have only a divergent opinion within ODM that as young people, even when there were slots for province government, they were only issued to oligarchs. They were only issued to party officials. There was no one who represented the people. And if that is the case, we can chart our own path in the party. Because the people who should be questioned, or the people who should be asked to support this government, are people like Didi Nyoro, because Didi Nyoro is the chair of the budget of the government. Kimani Kuria, the chair of finance. How do you expect Babu Weno, just a mere Embakasi East member of parliament, to support government and is not even getting any position or slot in the government? That's why let us leave the outside. Let's talk about political interest in the political class. How do you expect someone like Sifuna, who is not beneficial to the previous government, to support it? That is fallacy. That is now, it's like some people are benefited and you want everybody to support you because you are beneficiary. Like you, what is the essence for you to support the government? Or why do they compel you to support government because ODM members are the government? That is not correct. If the ODM members are in government, they are the people who are benefited directly. You, it does not have nothing that impacted your life. You don't need to support. That is where the argument is. And which Babu and people are bringing that we are in ODM to stay. But there is no way we are going to support people in the government or support the government which do not benefit us directly. If they could get slots, like I've just mentioned some few, majority leader, budget chair, finance chair, those slots, then you could compel them to support the government. But you cannot compel somebody who's just a mere MP or a senator to support you at the expense of others. That is not going to work. And that's where there's a drawing line. But then they have not said that they are going to bolt out. They are trying to say, we as ODM, we are representing the people, values and identity. Why do we engage in something that look like a mongrel and compel us to support it? We are not going to do it. There are those who have remained stuck firm not to support it. But it doesn't mean that these people, they are representation of the people. Of course, they represent people. Even William Ruto represents people. Even Ruto, because he was elected in quotes, it means that there's a section of constituents which he represents. But represent people from Bakassi East. Sifuna represent Nairobians. The question you could ask, Sifuna was having an opponent. Opponent was voted for the section of people. And so it means that the people who never voted for Sifuna are not the people. No. That's why I still believe that if you bring this argument to distinct the people, the question will be, who are the people? Who are the sovereign? Who are these people we are talking about? The people include everybody. It doesn't matter where you're coming from. You are a person. The point is very clear that I cannot support a government, I cannot support an executive whereby I'm not a beneficiary directly as a leader in this country. If at all, the people who should be compelled and be asked questions to support the government, I've just mentioned for you, people like Didi Nyoro, people like Osoro, people like Kimani Chungwa, Kimani is doing it perfectly because it's a beneficiary directly. But you cannot compel somebody who sees the sort of minority, who do not even chair any committee to support the government because members or colleagues have been incorporated in the government. So I support the government to defend the people who are there because there were questions like, why are you only against your people in the government? That's not the case. People just like these are the politicians who have ambitions. Then you cannot stop them from whatever they want to achieve politically. That's why I say there's a distinction whereby leaders and the people. Leaders fight for their own interests. They're just fighting on people's back that we are the people, we represent the people. But bearing back into their mind that they just want for themselves. minus themselves, they are not voting. And that's why we still stick with the issue that it's all about interest. It doesn't matter. That's politics. It's all about interest. It doesn't matter whatever you say.
Okay, thank you for that. You've spoken about one Ndindi Nyoro, and just the other day, the Deputy President, Professor Kithure Kindiki, made some remarks while he was welcoming the majority leader to speak at his current residence when he had been visited by political leaders from is it the coastal part of Kenya? Yeah, and he compared Ndindi Nyoro to, according to him, some small person who is. He compared him to a chief, and that really angered the majority, some members of parliament from the Ndindi Nyoro's county, and some of them have come out to, remind the deputy president to respect Ndindi Nyoro. And people are also asking themselves why he's being mentioned and he's being quiet. And so my question to you is, Ndindi Nyoro, the member of parliament of Kiharu, what is it that Ndindi Nyoro is doing in the Mount Kenya region that he is a threat to most of the political leaders? And what do you think has made him to go behind the scenes? We no longer hear him speak. We no longer hear him move in places. But he is a leader of a committee. And out of that, he's seen as a threat. What is your take on the whole fight between Ndindi Nyoro and leaders who wants to be or to take the leadership of Mount Kenya region?
Makobura, Rome was not built in a day. The person who was referring to Ndindi Nyoro as a chief, a leader of location, it is fine. There's no problem because even Rome was not built in a day. Ndindi Nyoro cannot become president today or a leader today. It must take time and some steps. Tomorrow, Ndindi Nyoro will be a DO. Then sometimes he will be county commissioner. Eventually, he will be a regional commissioner. Then he will be even a PS or a CS. That's how you climb the ladder. It doesn't need to be a DO today or a commissioner today. It doesn't matter. Because even the same thing you're talking to, at one point in life, he was a kid, then he was a pupil somewhere in part of this country. Then he was a student, then later he was a comrade. From comrade, currently is a lawmaker in this country. Ndindi Nyoro was not born a lawmaker. Ndindi Nyoro was not born even a chief. He has climbed the ladder and he will go far. That's a fact. The difference Ndindi Nyoro have from other legislatures that the fact that I disagree. Some people think that is the current chair of the budget, that's why it's performing better. But remember in the previous parliament, he was never the chair of the budget, but he was still performing better. The only advantage of Ndindi is that the population of Kiaru is somehow small compared to that region, and that's not an excuse because that is his own advantage. But he has performed. Remember, even Gachagua, when Gachagua was member of parliament for Madeira, he went to benchmark in Kiharu in the previous parliament. Ndindi Nyoro did not begin to work when he was the chair budget. Previously, people went to benchmark at Kiharu. Ndindi Nyoro is a leader. He worked for the people. He helped the people. And his interest in politics was resonated so well with the young people, particularly the people of Mount Kenya who believe in the economic empowerment. And that's how he entered politics by empowering young people economically. And currently he's even doing some studies concerning economics in the University of Nairobi. I saw him 3 days ago at University of Nairobi when he was going. Currently, exams are on. He was doing an exam in the University of Nairobi currently in the circuit course. This someone who resonates so with the young people. and it did not begin to work in this parliament. Previous parliament, it was mentioned one of the people who are working better than other people. That is something has been natural in him. And the love, the connection between him and the people is undisputed. Therefore, you cannot blame Nyoro that because the chair of the budget, that's why he's performing. No, he began to perform even he was never the chair of the budget. What makes him different is that he's a leader, he works with the people, he represents the will of the people, and he speaks, he resonates so well with the people of Mount Kenya. And he's viewed as a future leader. Then there's nothing wrong with him being a chief currently because he will get promotion as time goes by. Then it should not worry you that currently is being referred as a chief. It's good because at least he got a title. There are some people who don't have titles in their areas. It means someone who's a chief already is a leader, leading some allocation. Then chiefs do get promotions. Did Nyori, in my view, even if I put the difference aside politically, he has tried. He has tried as a young person, look at his age compared to the old politicians. He has really tried because there was a member of parliament in Kiaru before Nyoro, and we never heard about Kiaru in the map. But when he came without the budget chair, we heard about Kiaru. People talk about Kiaru. People talk about he's being compared with some leaders who have passed away, who are some prominent leaders in the country, people like late Matiba Kennedy. It's a clear indication that the strategy that Tili Nyoro used to enter in politics resonates so well with the people, young people, old people from Mount Kenya, the strategy of economic empowerment. And that's how he's ahead of his current engagements in the lawmaking body.
Okay, thank you. Something else that I wanted us to talk about is the visit of the former Deputy President, Honorable Rigathi Gachagua, to the home of Her Excellency Martha Wangari Karua. In that visit, they had a presser and they said together that they are going to unite to ensure that they send William Samoei Ruto home, that is the president. And again, they're going to try their level best to ensure that they fight for the rights of the people of Kenya. Remember the two, Rigathi Gachagua and Martha Karua, they were all fighting for one position, the deputy president. Gachagua was on the other side, and Karua was on this other side. And if you can remember, they used Gachagua at one point made some remarks that were demeaning to, Martha Karua, and they even faced each other at the debate. And now they've come together, brought together by the political interest, and they're saying that they're going to work together. What is your take on this unity, political unity between the two rivals? And why is it that they're coming out to unite when they've realized that things are not okay? And so they're looking for that unity at this particular point. What is your take?
Unity is a good thing, and in my life, I've been supporting unity because first, unity cools the tension between two parties. When there's rival between two parties, unity cools the tension. Now the Karua supporters and Gachagua supporters, the tension has been calmed down, and it is good for the first. It's good for the community. It is good for people to come together rather than people parting ways. It is not good for people to come part ways, but more so the community. It's good for the community where they're coming from to come together and reflect as a community and strategize as a community. Then they can also go outside beyond Mount Kenya and meet other Kenyans for a purpose goal. Let them have purpose goal for the benefit of the Kenyan people. Let them not come to unity for the community to serve the interest of the community alone. That one will not take the far, but that reflection and focusing as a community is very good and is very healthy politically. It's good for them to unite, and it's not good for them to divide. They should be united because other communities are also united. The Luo community are behind Raila. The Kalenjin nation are behind Ruto. Kamba behind Kalonzo. Why is that the people of one Kenya should not unite? Let them unite for benefit of the country. Let them not be divided. That's my advice to them. It's good to come together, but they should bury their differences, what they had previously, and focus on one common enemy to rescue the people of Kenya. And by doing so, you must extend your friendship, you must extend your relationship with other communities who are united for a common purpose, whereby you represent the interests of the people. Now there, I can bring the people all to board. There, because if you come as a community and want to represent the interests of the community, it's like you are excluding other communities. Now we'll ask you, which people are you talking about? I talk about the people of one Kenya. I talk about the people of Eastern or the people of Western. You should talk about the people of Kenya because even outside Mount Kenya, there are those people who believe in Rigiji. There are those people who believe Matakaroa. You should not exclude them. If you don't come with alliances to serve your own interests, the people of Murema, the people of Mount Kenya, we women, all we men, all we children, let us call everybody that we, what is good for Kenyan people, what is good for this population, what is good for our nation, then you can go ahead beyond your community and bring other people on board. Let them not allow other people to come in between them and divide them as a community. Let them not allow that one because it's very dangerous. A community should not be divided. Because other people are united, but they want you to be divided. They should not allow them to let them build a strong relationship amongst themselves. Then they can come out now from Kenya and also resonate and unite with other communities as well. Because we are diverse as a country, for the common purpose, for the common goal, to rescue Kenya, to save Kenya, to transform Kenya, and more so importantly, to transform this country economically. And with that one, we can support that relationship.
Okay, okay, that's nice. Thanks for giving your opinion on that. Something else that I'm not that I wanted us to also speak about is the comments of Secretary General of the Jubilee Party. Remember Honorable Kioni? We've seen him working with Honorable Kalonzo, Eugene Wamalwa, and many others within the Azimio, and they've been saying that Kalonzo is their presidential candidate until 2-3 days ago, when he took an about turn, and then he's now saying that as a Jubilee Party, they're going to field the presidential candidate together with the deputy. And according to his message, he's saying that the presidential candidate is one, Dr. Fred Okengo Matiang'i, and the deputy is one, Honorable Natembea. My question to you is, what is your take on the comments of Secretary General of Jubilee and the stance that he's had, the friendship that he's had? You've seen him working almost every day with Honorable Kalonzo Musyoka. What is it that has changed? Remember, Jubilee Party is a party of the former President Honorable Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. What has changed? Remember, some days ago, they were very particular that they will support and stand with one Kalonzo Musyoka. And now they have their presidential candidate and even the deputy. And something else that I wanted you to clarify is the fact that he's talking about Matiang'i and Natembea. Is Natembea a member of Jubilee Party? And if so, when did he join the Jubilee Party? What is your take? And why do you think the Jubilee Party has settled on the two honorable members? Maybe before you come in, allow me to acknowledge the presence of Judith Karuita at the comment section. She's saying good evening, team. We're also saying good evening and we hope you're okay. Our good friend, Brother Benson was also in. Brother Benson, we believe you're okay. Laban Misian is saying hi. We're also saying hi to you back. Laban, thank you so much for finding time to join. I can also see our friend the Gypsy Corner. Thank you so much for joining. And Gypsy Corner is also saying hi. We're also saying hi to you. To our viewers, this is Brother Benson Media. And if you're new to this channel, kindly like and subscribe to the channel, because if you do so, it is a way of supporting us, and we will really, really appreciate. Douglas Kibogong, thank you so much for joining, and he's saying, uh, Secretary SG Jubilee for Matiang'i, SG ODM for Kalonzo. I sometimes wonder if Kenya will be waiting for endorsements. Okay. What is your take on that, Mr. Migune?
The SE for Jubilee has been with Kalonzo for a long time. But anybody, I don't want to underrate Kalonzo, but anybody who thinks Kalonzo can fight William Ruto, that person is daydreaming. William Ruto will just take holiday if you present Kalonzo as a candidate for certain reasons, which are not disclosed. But what I want to say, the people have been, the issue, I want to talk about the arrangement of Matiang'i and Natembeya. Makubura Park, you are very clear that where is Natembeya? Natembeya is not a member of Jubilee Party. And even if Matiang'i is a member of Jubilee Party, Matiang'i is not senior most Jubilee Party people in that party. Where is he? Where is Matiang'i? We had even demonstration 2023. Where was Matiang'i? We have had many things, even during the time of Gates movement. Where was Matiang'i? Where has this guy been? Now we want to become president today. Where has he been? And Natembeya is a member of DAP, whose party leader is Eugene Wamalo. The DAP party, Natembeya is a governor of Tanzania. He's going to defend his seat as governor. I can't risk my seat, which I'm sure of getting for a second term, to gamble for deputy president, which is not promising, which is not certain. Because the question is, the fact that I'm commanding Tanzania doesn't mean that I command the entire Western province. And in a clear indication, Makobura, that Western province alone, the famous Raila is in Kakamega with ODM. Raila is in Vihiga with ODM. Raila is in Busia with ODM. Wetangula is in Bungoma with Fort Kenya. Where is Natembeya going to bring those votes? That's a simple question. And currently, the current president is really investing in that region. And he has taken people on board. Where is Natembeya going to bring those votes of Western province? In my view, that's a question for another day. Natembeya is coming from Western region. Matiang'i is coming from Western region, Kisii and Trans Nzoia. A presidential candidate in the running mate from Western region, really? Is it making any sense? In my view, that combination can work out before the 20th constitution. That formation that I have a president in the running mate from Western region. The people of Mount Kenya, in my view, you cannot form a government in this country without cooperating with either in the office of the deputy president or as the president. Because the fact is, these people got votes, they got numbers, you can't lie, you can't run away from it. They are numbers, economically they are good, and you cannot work with that arrangement of Natembeya and Matiang'i and you expect to beat William Ruto. It can't work because you look at the arrangement. Matiang'i Natembeya from Western region. Ruto may be running mate from Western Kenya. Ruto is also from Western region because Sugoi is part of the Western Kenya. If you look at Sugoi Tarbo, where it is, if you locate it very well in the map of the country, it's from Western region. So you have two presidential candidates from Western region, and you are excluding the Central region and the Eastern. In my view, it cannot work. Matiang'i and Natembeya cannot work. And let me tell you, don't think that because I was a super CS or I was good in PS, like currently Dr. Raymond Moore, I think I can convince people in the political podium who can elect me. And look at even the division. Now, where do you put Kalonzo? Because Kalonzo has been backing of these people. They have been working with him for a long time. Where do you put Kalonzo? That's why I can maintain that these arrangements, they have not gotten it clearly right. But I still believe in my honest, or to be frank, the people of Mount Kenya, you cannot ignore them when you want to make the government structure, but the executive. Because how do you expect them to support Matiang'i and Natembea at the same time and excluding, even why can't they even give out a deputy president? Then they have even issue out a mere deputy president if they cannot get presidency. They can support Matiang'i that a mere deputy president. Natembea cannot risk of going to gamble the question of because there's no surety that if that formation of Matiang'i and Tembea are on board, they are going to beat William Ruto. You cannot underrate William Ruto that is going to be beaten by that formation. Still, we must go to drawing board. And I'm referring you back to your previous submission of evaluation because you see that you are still evaluating. Go back and evaluate properly. Then you can come out with a viable team which can compete, a competent team to beat current president. Because in my view, I don't know, but that team cannot beat them.
Okay, thank you. Allow me to read these comments from our viewers. Psychoda is saying Fred Matiang'i is being endorsed by Uru, Martha Karua Gashagwa, and don't be surprised if Raila doesn't massage him too. And Douglas is saying that, but I heard Ojonka saying Kisi will form their own political party. I don't see Matiang'i going with Jubilee. A Kisi party will be formed. Okay, there's also a comment from Gypsy Corner saying Matiang'i is enough to wipe the smile of Ruto's face. Kalonzo trying to use car rooftops through pressures from Gashagwa. Karua game. Okay. Kenyans have forgotten Omtata, Morara. Okay. What do you have to say about these comments of good friends, Gypsy Corner and Douglas Kibogon?
First, I'd like to start with Douglas. There's no problem. We are a multi-party democracy as Kenya, and Kisi can form their own political party. They are at liberty. Even Marco Bura can form his political party. Can form my political party. It doesn't matter. Let them form their own political party. And Mate can use that one round. It is within their constitutional right to have their own political party. It is not an issue. It's good for the people because we embrace multi-parties. That is very right. Let them just form political party. But I don't know how it can work. But I believe that if at all Mateng is running, because many names have been dropping. We have had people, now people don't talk about it. You have had another comment. People no talk about Omtata, no talk about Morara, people no talk about other names. Now Matiang'i has come. How sure are you that Matiang'i will last the whole year? What about in the June? Maybe June someone will come up with another name. People have talked about David Maraga. You have had those comments, David Maraga. What about next year? A new person will emerge. People keep on emerging. People keep on emerging. Now we are not sure. That's why I still refer to your comment evaluation. Go back and evaluate. And James Sifuna have talked about Matiang'i will finish in Castro. No, we are not in dispute, but formation matters. Who is going to deputize Matiang'i? Who is going to fund Matiang'i? Those are the logistics that must be put into place. But you must bear in your mind that the current president or the current head of state is on. He has activated the mood of campaign and is really waiting for that opponent to come. That's why we need to also do as fast as reasonably possible to find out a viable combination. If it's Matiang'i, let us give him a viable running mate who can mobilize beyond his community. And Matiang'i is coming from Western region. There is issue of Western region here. Who is going to be a beneficiary of these votes of Western region? And also the factor of the AUC. We do not know up to now that if Raila wins AUC. Because if he wins AUC, there are how it's going to work in Western region. But if he fails to clinch AUC, there's also how it's going to work in the way that Western region. So it's still a question whereby we can leave it for another day. But if Matiang'i is coming, let those people supporting Matiang'i to give him a credible the deputy president. And my proposal would be that deputy president must come from Central because it's very important for that commission. Because if all of them are coming from Western region, they are running mates. For instance, if William Ruto goes for a Western running mate, Matiang'i goes for a Western running mate, and remember being the geographical of the country, if you are in Sugoi or Tarbo constituency, is closer to Western Kenya, you are more of a, so we can't have two presidential candidates with the two running mates from the same region. What about other people? You are excluding the other part of the country and talk about the face of the country. Let us look for him a very credible running mate who can mobilize, who can be firm on the ground, and who can mobilize the central and eastern votes.
Okay, thank you. I wanted to ask you this. What would be your take on that movement of Matiang'i maybe being deputized by Kalonzo? What is your take? Can it be a viable or can it work? And I can see our friend Douglas here is saying that according to him, Kalonzo cannot allow to deputize Matiang'i. But from where I see it as that is, if it can work, I see it as a powerful force. But again, with the assistance of these other people who are being mentioned, the likes of Omtata, the likes of Natembea, the likes of Ndindi Nyoro, the likes of Babo Wino, the likes of Sifuna being in that camp, I see a possibility of that team winning. What is your take on that?
This these formations, this formation must be very careful because in my view, I don't see a scenario whereby Kalonzo can admit deputies Matiang'i. Kalonzo can admit to this Matiang'i. And Matiang'i, because people want Matiang'i, or those fans want Matiang'i, they don't want Kalonzo. If they want Matiang'i, they don't want Kalonzo. It means now Matiang'i must not be a running mate in this case. Matiang'i must be excluded as a running mate. Come what may, Matiang'i must be on the ballot as a presidential candidate because people don't want Kalonzo together. So it's clear that Kalonzo took David as Matiang'i, but people like that man can't allow Kalonzo to be a running mate. You know how they take hard stand against anybody trying to come on Kalonzo way. They're just waiting for the AUC election. If miracles can work and Raila will say, okay, Kalonzo.
Migure, I agree, of course, with what you're saying. But okay, politics is all about numbers, it's all about figures, it's all about calculations. What about in a situation where Mateng is getting support of, for example, the youths or many people? But again, we also accept the fact that Kalonzo has a support base. In a situation where this currently we are seeing too much pressure, I think I would say from the youthful generation trying to talk about Matiang'i. And so my question to you is, with this, should this consistency of Matiang'i to this position of presidency comes, still from where you sit, you think Kalonzo cannot bow down to maybe take a deputy position? Of course, we understand that he has hardliners, supporters, the likes of Dan Maaz, who at one point ran with the certificate of ODM Kenya and forced ODM to split. What is your take on that?
Marco Gura, I got you very well. You are asking about in a situation. I believe if I don't Kalonzo can put the interest of the country at his interest, he can take President Matiang'i. If they can put their interest aside and put the interest of the people ahead. But remember, well done is better than well said. The youth population or the Gen Z, let me narrow the Gen Z to be precise. The Gen Z population, they want Matiang'i, and they're talking that name, Matiang'i. The question is, these Gen Zs, in the real sense, do they have voter card? They cannot buy this because of information like banking, admission in campuses and universities. They can have ID cards, even SIM card registration. They can have ID cards. But are they voted? Are they registered as voters? That's the question you should ask yourself. Remember also, in the previous election, majority of the population who never turned out to vote were the young people. They never voted. If they are not going to vote the way they never voted previously, and are they going to reduce as voters? You cannot bring Matiang'i and send him to State House on social media or by dropping the name alone. You need to be practical that we are talking for Matiang'i, we are registered voters, we are going to have a line number and send William Ruto home. But dropping a name or suggesting Matiang'i or Maraga that's what the previous discussion was about. After streets, after online, what next for the young people? Are they going to end their activism on street? Are they going to end their activism on online? Are they going beyond online by make sure that they register a large number, not only registering, but also make sure that they turn out in large number and vote for the people they want? That is also a debate for the young people to come out. How are they mobilizing? Because you cannot call out Matiang'i. Yeah, you can bring Matiang'i and Kalonzo Commission. We are not in dispute. But where are the votes? Where are the votes? And just to add on this, which is not important, but let me add it. People will start looking at what happened in the past if you build that commission. Now, if you build that commission, the people in the province government not get out of province government. They will argue that, so when we need you most in 2007, you went to support Kibaki. Now we are not going to support that commission. They'll bring issues like Matiang'i, when you were presiding at the CS for the interior, you did this, this, and this. Now they just bring those historical events which happened when you were in those offices. People will start to buy those lies as usual, as politics works. People will start to buy those things. Don't be cheated that right now people have transformed. The minds of the people have just transformed automatically that everybody's thinking about to must go. No. There are those people who have not transformed. Those people who have not changed their mind. Those people who believe in those lies. Those people who buy those wongo when people are in the churches, public baraza. That's psychological measurement of human beings. That's how they reason. If I have a public rally right now before me, you will not force them to reason the way you want. They just go with the way of politicians. They just buy whatever you're telling them. And people have not transformed drastically because we had an attempt to revolutionize the country. People have not transformed drastically. There are those people who transform gradually. They take time to transform. And if you bring those historical events, historical injustices into their view, if you bring them, they will buy them. If you bring those historical messages into display, they will buy them and they still vote for William Ruto. They'll tell you Eri Ruto kuliko mwenye alifanya hivi, kuliko mwenye alifanya hivi. And the issue of tribalism, let us not ignore the issue of tribalism. Tribalism is with us in this country. And currently, I've been hearing from people when I'm walking that if at all some people are organizing to bring this person a Ruto Marakumu because of tribalism, I get the point. That tribalism should come down. And that's why in my first statement, I told that if at all we can put our differences aside, our interests aside, na tuweke Kenya mbele, Kenya first, Kenya, we should transform Kenya. Then it doesn't matter. We can even take you from this studio to State House because it's about Kenya. It's not about Matiang'i, it's not about Kalonzo, it's not about William Ruto, it's not about those big names. It's not about who is sponsoring who is not sponsoring who. It's about Kenya. If you can take anybody, even you can carry Brother Benson to the State House, it doesn't matter. You can carry anyone to State House. That's why yesterday I was telling you with Brother Benson that this election is the easiest election to win. You just need to be strategically correct. And I don't see anybody getting it right in the country, including me. Who is this formidable candidate? We can just decide as Kenyans that to take everything aside, you walk to State House. We push it out. That's the person who can take this government home.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. There's a comment here from Gypsy Corner saying that, first allow me to say thank you to Gypsy Corner for the coffee. Thank you so much. Gypsy Corner is saying tomorrow is Gaitho Independent Day, holiday, that we should have some coffee and look after ourselves. And he's also saying that, I think he's asking, what is your take on Matiang'i with Karua running? With Matiang'i going for presidency and Karua as a running mate, what is your take on that?
Those are options, and still I'm not disputing them. But we were with you on the ground when Raila took Karua. When Raila took Karua, it was another story. Even where police were Karua, there is this perception of people still believe that a woman cannot come to the top positions of the country. And if that's why they say who knew the reason why you put Karua for Raila, they knew that once Karua is there, it's obvious that it's going to take it. That's why Babu was talking about long gone. Karua with Matiang'i, that's a good lady, a lady with integrity. And I'm one of the people who support Karua fully. And I believe in Karua. And if anytime I met her, support her fully. I've never go against her. And I was very happy when Raila declared her as the running mate because I believe that she's a lady of integrity. She's a lady who respects and upholds the rule of law. She has served as a magistrate in this country. And if you go and look at the precedents, when she was a judge, how we used to make determination and the decision of the case were top notch. And when he was a legislator, a lawmaker in the parliament, he worked for two of Gishu. He worked effectively, she worked effectively, sorry. And she also introduced some bills in parliament. And she has served as the executive of this country. So she has done extremely good. And sometimes she's one of the people who have even resigned in the position. And even if you look at her net worth, she's not that wealthy like other people, because I believe that most of the properties he has is out of hard work, not corruption. Because she had an opportunity to be corrupt, to embezzle funds of the people, but she never did that one. Or that those are one of the leaders I believe in this country, Martha Karua, and I give her much respect. But that's not how politics work. Politics is a different game. They won't mind your integrity. They won't mind your ability. In fact, she's even able to be the president. She's overqualified to be the president of the Republic of Kenya. But politics is now different. Politics, there is how it is surely played. That's why we say that you need to be very calculative, and there are cards which you must move them. Right now, there is moving those cards. You might look at it like he's joking or he's being heckled, but those cards must be moved either way. There are reasons why they must move those cards. It will work for him in the future. Therefore, Matani Karua, in my view, is a good formidable. Even people like Maraga, they can be good president. But that is not politics. Politics cannot work out that way. Politics is how it must be, there's how politics work, and there's how politics must resonate with the people. There are good people with integrity in this country, leave alone those. There are good people, even in the field of corporate. You'll find good people. And even the late Professor Magoa was a good public officer. He never embezzled funds. There are people who have worked effectively with the cabinet. But if it comes to the elected positions, this is how the majority reason during rallies and during voting. That's why, in my view, Matai Karua is a good ticket though, but Kenyan people cannot give the chance.
Okay, thank you so much. Gypsy Connor is saying that Douglas was first saying that Gen Z usually don't want the long queue during the voting day. They are impatient. I wish they can introduce electronic voting. Okay. There's also a comment here from Gypsy Connor. Remember, a mountain person has to be involved as a running mate so that the logo book belongs to everyone. Mountain is like water. You always need water for cooking. I'm not tribal. Okay, there's also a comment. Unfortunately, character does not translate to votes in Kenya. And Sikone is saying, so now we have Kipril. So now we have Kipril Karoa and Miguda Karoa in 2007. Did she help Kibaki steal votes? Let her explain about the lost trade money from BAT research. You are probably young. Okay. I don't know about that. Miguda, maybe you give your take on that. Votes is equal to regional arithmetics plus resource mobilization, that is funding in quotes, plus crowd mobilization. Okay. Miguda, I think this one requires your attention. You can say something about it.
First, let me respond to this corner. I can agree with Jeff's corner that whatever in the comment section can be true. But Makobo, let us distinguish what I was saying, because I was talking of a person I knew. But whatever she did, if I thought she was taken in deep process of law because of whatever she did, or those allegations, I think currently there was compensation for her, or she was either convicted. But from my historical research, there's no way Martha Karua convicted in this country. There's no way Martha Karua has been compelled to pay any compensation. If I thought there could be those allegations were proved factual and they were definitely at that level, then we can now waste the process. But as for me, I cannot speak for something that actually I don't know my information about. Because there were people who were responsible who should have brought the matter before the authority, and the action could have taken against Dr. Karua. And I don't know if there is anything like that Still, I cannot support that, and I like that they should do it with a lot of speed, make sure that it's expeditiously there. And I like to leave it at that point. But whatever I say, if you want to look at them in the references at factor, she was a magistrate. She performed excellently as a magistrate. She was a legislator. She performed excellently as a legislator. They are even answered. How she deals with the parliament, how she did some motions. She talks, we brought them to the cabinet. Those are the things which I'm relying on. I don't rely on personal things or things that I'm not having much information about. But if at all they were dealt with at that level. I don't want to go into that point. The issue of the Gen Z that will give us problem in the forthcoming election. And I agree with Douglas Kibogong that this generation, they don't queue for long. They want to go to the polling station, and they have their already ballot papers ticked so that they can only put them on the ballot box. They can just cast them. It doesn't work that way. Like me, in the previous election, I woke up as usual at 4 a.m. Then I think around 5 a.m. I was available. I was present in the polling station. I also had to queue, and I cast my vote around from 5 a.m. and around 7:12 a.m. It took me around 2 hours to wait in the queue to cast my vote. I cast my vote and went out and went back home. The Gen Z should not be lazy. Let them come out and queue. It doesn't matter. One queuing for one day will not kill you. Just come out and queue. Make sure you cast your vote and your vote count. And these people are the youngest people in the country. Why should they be tired? Should they fear queuing? Because they are young, they have energy. They can take long time. It is because some old men were queuing even up to 4 p.m. Let us not it's good to introduce electronic vote system, but as a Gen Z, just wake up one day. It's just one day exercise. It will not kill you. Just wake up, make sure you kill that. You take those long queues and make sure you cast your vote, so that we don't have this issue of protesting on the streets or going online to objectively criticize government or trying to do other things which are in contract. Whereas we have an opportunity to take just one day to kill. If we can rage for the whole month, the way we are raging, if we can demonstrate from morning to evening without any fear, and we were not tired, people were raging in the midst of tear gas, in the midst of live bullets, in the midst of rubber bullets, in the midst of everything, guns, in the midst of people with infiltrated demonstration. If we could rage that extent, just peaceful killing can kill you. If they mean business and they want to transform this country, let them wake up. Let them make sure that they are registered and they verify that they are valid registered voters in the country in the fourth commission, so that they walk in democratically and they say they're right, they cast their vote, they go home and wait for the result, and we leave it to that responsible electoral body to take care of it. But this issue of people fearing to queue, then they come to force other people queue to send someone home, and they're looking to vote for another person. That is not a good thing in the country. Let us embrace oneness and togetherness.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Miguda. I think we've tackled everything at the comment section. More of it were coming from Douglas Kibogong and Gypsy Corner. Gypsy Corner, once again, thank you so much for the financial support you've given us as a channel. We really, really, really appreciate. So to everyone who joined, whether at the comment section or the viewing section, I want to say that we are very much grateful. Okay, Gypsy Icona is saying, Miguda, I hope Eric the Nairobian is not your neighbor because your mic is crackling like is. Okay, Miguda, I believe you're going to work on that next time. Yeah, so to everyone who joined, to really, really appreciate. You want to say something? And maybe give us your last comments and then I'll give mine as well.
Eric Ayaga is not my neighbor. Eric Ayaga is not my neighbor. And he cannot be my neighbor by default. He is never my neighbor. I'm somewhere in the Republic of Kenya, not even closer to where he's coming from. My last remark just to our viewers that we really appreciate your attention and your time for tuning in and also contributing in the comment section. We do not take it for granted and we really appreciate because you make us lively and you make the channel lively as well. And also we appreciate all our viewers. We appreciate Gypsy Corner for always coming in to support the channel because the channel also needs some technical assistance and we are grateful as well to our people at the first time kindly. The only support we request from you just subscribe. Click subscription button because it's very impactful for this channel. With your subscription, we are able to tune live every day. And also, we still appeal to the people that we are a democratic country and we have that freedom of expression. But remember that freedom of expression is limited. You don't need to incite anyone. You don't need to propaganda for war. You don't need to spread any hatred. At the same time, the freedom of expression can be limited during the state of emergency. If you have a state of emergency, then there are things you cannot say. You are even limited on how to talk. But provided that you don't do those things, I can assure you that you are at liberty, express yourself, your opinion independently, without any fear of any consequences, without any fear of any contradiction. See you next time. Makubura. Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Miguda, for finding time to join the conversation and to also give us your opinion. Not forgetting all our subscribers, everyone who joined, everyone who engaged us at the comment section. We really, really appreciate. We appreciate the fact that you took your time to be with us. We are fully aware that there's so many things that you could be doing at this time, but you opted to join us and to listen to us. We really, really appreciate. And we hope that whenever you guys find time, you'll be joining us for these conversations. If you're new to this channel, this is Brother Benson Media, and here we say that your opinion counts. Kindly like and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Yeah, so I think we've just finished everything. I don't think there's anything that is pending. Allow me to take this opportunity to wish all of you a blessed night, a blessed morning, a blessed afternoon, a blessed evening from wherever you are. May God bless you. See you tomorrow. Asanteni sana na Mungu awabariki. Thank you and bye bye.